Sometimes the most powerful messages, well, they aren't the ones shouted from the rooftops. Nope. They're found in the quietest, most unexpected places. Sometimes they're literally growing right beneath our feet. So I want to ask you something. What if a garden could actually speak? What kind of stories do you think it would tell? Would it just be about, the weather and the seasons? Or could it maybe reveal something a little deeper about us as people?
Well, today we're going to head over to a small town in western New York to explore a very special garden that does exactly that. It tells this incredible story of peace, of connection, and of a hope that resonates way, way beyond its physical borders.
Okay, so to really get what's going on with the garden in Batavia, we've got to understand its roots. And I mean that literally and figuratively. See, this isn't just some local project. It's actually part of a much, much larger global vision for peace.
It all kicks off with the International Peace Garden Foundation. And their mission is just fascinating. They create living monuments to peace. So we're not talking about cold, static stone statues here. We're talking about dynamic, breathing, growing spaces that celebrate friendship and are all about aiming for a world without conflict. Pretty cool, right?
And listen, this idea has been around for a while. The very first one of these gardens was planted way back in 1932. And get this, it was right on the border between the US and Canada, a symbol of their lasting friendship. So yeah, this movement has been growing for almost 100 years now.
So how does this huge international idea end up in a small town like Batavia, New York? Well, this is where the story gets really, really personal and interesting.
It was back in 2004 that Batavia officially joined this global family. They dedicated their very own peace garden, and in doing so, they brought that big international message of harmony right into the heart of their own community. But the location of this garden, that's what makes it truly special. It's not in your typical city park or some town square. It's actually located on the grounds of the New York State School for the Blind. And that choice, it's just incredibly meaningful. I mean, think about it. Placing the garden right there, it completely elevates the whole message. It's saying that the desire for peace, for tranquility, for understanding, that's a universal human thing. It's something that goes beyond any physical or personal challenge anyone might be facing. What a powerful statement, right? It's proof that hope can, and absolutely does, blossom anywhere.
So you might be wondering, what's the point of this garden? What does it do? Well, it goes so far beyond just being a pretty collection of plants. It has a much deeper role to play in the whole community. The garden really works on 4 different levels. There's its symbolic design, it's a place for quiet reflection, it's an educational tool, and it's also a project that really brings the community together. Let's dig into a couple of those a little more. Okay, first and foremost, for the students at the school, and really for anyone who visits, it's a sanctuary. It's a space that's been intentionally designed for quiet, for peace, a spot for just some personal contemplation. I mean, it offers a real break from all the noise of our daily lives. Just think about how important that is. To have a space where you can just pause. A place to reflect on something as big and important as peace. Not just out there in the world, but within yourself too. And what's more, the garden itself is basically an act of community. It's taking care of volunteers, by local groups, and the school, all working together. So the very act of caring for this space, it actually strengthens the bonds between people. It turns this big idea of peace into a real, shared, hands-on activity.
So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? What is the ultimate message that's blossoming from this quiet little corner in Batavia, New York?
Ultimately, this garden is a living testament. It's quiet, sure, but it's also this incredibly powerful proof that a commitment to building a better world, when you plant that seed and you nurture it, it can truly, truly grow.
It's such a good reminder, isn't it, that sometimes the biggest changes don't start with some huge grand gesture. Nah, they begin with something small and hopeful, like the simple act of planting a seed of peace, and then having the patience and the care to just watch it grow.
So, all of this leaves us with a question to think about. The Batavia Peace Garden shows what just one community can do. It makes you wonder, right? Where can a seed of peace, whether it's an idea, an action, or just a conversation, be planted in your community? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.